Laura Loomer has warned.
What's up, y'all? So, I am on here because I just blow dried my hair. I took my braids out. I detangled, I washed, I reconditioned, and I blow dried my hair. So this right here is my hair blow dried. Right? I just love my fro for real. Like, if I wasn't going outside and it was so cold, like, I swear to y'all, I would wear my hair. Hold on, my TV too loud.
Right? Spending billions of dollars of government 18 plus individual contracts with the U.S. Why aren't we exposing those people? What's in those contracts?
Okay, sorry. Okay, but yeah, anyway, I love my hair. Like, it's just, it's cute. Anyway, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. So, I'm just gonna flat on it real quick, and y'all could be on here with me. It's gonna be quick. It's nothing major, nothing big. You don't have to spend hours to take care of your hair, for real. And I'll show everyone that. And because my hair is thin, like, I'm gonna get up. Let me see. Because my hair is thin, I really don't need like extra small parts. I also have my curling iron to 425, so I won't have to do too many takes. I also have the grip comb on here, which will also make it easier, right, to go through. So I'm gonna separate it. I'll turn around. So this is the length of it without me flat ironing it, and then I'm gonna flatten it out at the roots a little bit, and then take my time and just drag it down. I don't really have to hold it because the comb is on there, and the comb is actually doing the job that I needed to do. See? And then I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Pull that down. See? And then what I like to do, each section, I like to take it, put it all together, and then do one more just quick run through. I know y'all see that one. I know y'all see it. I know you see it because I see it. You see it? Huh? You see it? I know you see it. Right? Stop playing with me, okay? I want people to stop playing with me. I want people to stop thinking, we bald headed and we don't got no hair. Says who? What? Who said that? First of all, who said it and why did they say it, okay? Don't play with me. So I'm going to take another section. Put this up. Always get something to separate your hair or get your hair out of the way. And I'm going to comb it out a little. Take another section. Y'all see that difference from the first to this one? I know. I'm not going super slow, but I'm not going fast either because I want the heat to actually get to the hair. This way, it'll prevent you from having to do too many passes on your hair. So, sorry, y'all. I don't like going to the back. Just watch me, okay? Just be on here. And if y'all have any questions or anything, just let me know, okay? Like, this is one reason why I don't like to do my hair, because my hands and arms is horrible. I get tired really quick. Or my arms and stuff do. I know y'all see where that hair ends. I know y'all seeing that. I know y'all do. You know what I'm saying? I know you see it. I know you see it. Do another section. And because my hair's so thin, it really don't take that long, for real. I'm almost halfway done, for real. Like, because I'm a G. Make sure you comb the edges, the ends first, right? And then I just hand section. I'm going to do about 3 this time because I did do a bigger part. I'm going to flatten out.
Snuggling up into one state. Each province would have to be its own state. Hence, Canada wouldn't be the 51st state. It would be states 51 through 60 at the very least.
I'm just going through.
Canada would have 20 senators. It would be the largest reorientation of political power in America since women were given the right to vote in 1920. Trump is specifically asking Canada to join as just one state for that reason. It would likely swing power away from Republicans to do it any other way.
I really don't want to curl it, but whatever. Okay, it's gonna be how it's gonna be.
They assume both would become Democratic strongholds, increasing the Democrats' control in Congress. Here's how Republican Senators Tom Cotton and Lindsey Graham have weighed in on the issue over the years.
Just go through.
The House is voting tomorrow on a bill in Washington, D.C. state. If that sounds insane, you're not alone. So why are the Democrats pushing for it? The answer is simple: power. The Democrats want to make Washington a state because they want 2 new Democratic senators in perpetuity.
Now, if the thought of a couple of senators from Puerto Rico, like people who are actual American citizens, scares them, I wonder how 20 from the land of maple syrup, Mounties, and Anna Green.
I just burned my ear a little.
Well, it's difficult to compare American and Canadian politics.
I can't see.
Some sense of how Canadians, or what might come to be known as Americans, might vote. Canada has a multi-party parliamentary system, but in 2003, the Conservative parties united under one banner, and since then, the Conservatives have received, on average, about 35% of the popular vote in each election. The left of Conservative parties combined have received an average of 63% of the popular vote. Expansion from Canada to the Gulf of America might be a fun idea for Trump until our nice neighbors up north kick his party out of office and install a liberal supermajority. We haven't even talked about what this is going to do to the Supreme Court. Now, in typical Canadian politeness, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said there's, quote, not a snowball's chance in hell that Canada joins America. But Canada, if I were you, maybe the chance to take over your noisy neighbor from inside isn't the worst idea in the world.
Joining me now, Joyce Vance, former federal prosecutor, now University of Alabama law professor, co-host of the Sisters podcast, and an MSNBC legal analyst. Joyce, welcome to you. So, two notions stand out to me from that statement by Senator Murphy. Comparisons to Watergate and constitutional crisis. By definition,
I'm not hurting my hair. This thing is really stretchy, so it don't hurt. Actually, I may separate and finish each side. And I think as I got older, I got impatient. Like, I get really impatient, even though it doesn't take long or it doesn't take much for my hair. I just be wanting it to be done already. Like, I want it to be a magic trick and just ta-da. Make sure you get them roots.
Can he, for instance, with the stroke of a pen, change the Constitution, as he's tried to do with birthright citizenship? And to Senator Murphy's point, what happens when he decides to send someone who's of questionable status, quite frankly, in terms of whether they're a government employee or not, into a government agency on a poorly defined mission that may involve fraud and waste, but may just as easily involve other things? And so the questions we'll grapple with this week, largely in the courts, but perhaps in Congress too, is whether Trump has the legal authority to do these things, or whether he's acting illegally and beyond his constitutional authority.
Okay, so if we are in a constitutional crisis, or even on the brink of one, what can congressional Democrats do to stop this? Because Republicans hold both houses of Congress, and the GOP as a whole clearly doesn't seem to see this as a crisis.
Yeah, I think I would go further than that and say that Congress really has bent the knee to Donald Trump, the Republican-led Congress, early on ceding their power to advise and consent to nominees and letting folks go through with some very questionable personal characteristics. Nominees that frankly other Senates might have balked at confirming. Now we continue to see that. Donald Trump issues the memo early on that impounds congressionally authorized spending. The power of the purse is one of the Congress's most important powers under the Constitution. And while Trump's actions are being challenged in court, and so far successfully, although in a very preliminary way, the Congress hasn't really stood up with one voice. Democrats are jumping up and down, they're outraged, but the Republican majorities aren't moving against Donald Trump, and that's...
I'm not trying to curl my hair, but it's doing it. It don't matter. I don't care. I just want it straight for a second.
So after a federal judge yesterday...
Oh, it's gonna throw back up too. That's the thing with our hair, for real. Like, our hair is meant to be curly, right? And we try to manipulate it. We try to do everything we can to, go against the grain, go against how it's supposed to go. And try to straighten it. One good thing about straightening your hair is you get to length check your hair. And you also get to make sure that it's, that it's not, that you don't have a lot of split ends and stuff. So that's one reason while I do it. Another is just because I love seeing the length. I love seeing the progression. I love seeing the growth from the last time I've done it or checked. So yeah, I just pass it along the roots first, and then just take my time to...
There has to be a principled rule of law approach to the powers of the presidency. That's not what we're seeing from Republican critics of the lawsuits being filed against Donald Trump right now.
Let me ask you quickly about Attorney General Pam Bondi in her first week. What actions have you most concerned about the direction she's taking?
Well, she put 14 memos in place on her first day in office, radically altering priorities and the course of the Justice Department. there's a lot to be concerned about. Something that jumped out at me, Alex, was the end to one of the autocracy task forces that have been very successful in holding Russia and Russia-aligned interests to account for violating sanctions that were imposed against them over the years. But it is a very long list. I think we'll be discussing them all in the coming weeks.
Okay, glad you're going to do that with us. Thank you, Joyce Vance. Ron?
Now taxes. Let's get your TurboTax app and file your taxes yourself 100% free. You filed this last year. Now for this is taxes. File the app by 218. Switch to TurboTax. Do it yourself.
In 2009, MTV brought you our first of its kind TV show, 16 and Pregnant. Now,
Are you gonna let you run wild like you did at 16?
not a chance. Thursdays.
The needs and needs broken our heart, but how do we make sure it's really all of our process?
Watch your face, you want a new era of motherhood. It's a super sweet new season.
Are you excited to be 16?
T-Bone the next chapter. All new Thursdays today.
You know, my fault because my hair's so long.
Back to the weekend.
My bad, y'all.
Donald Trump's approval.
You know what I'm saying? My fault. I didn't know you couldn't see.
News reports that secrecy is becoming a defining trait of Musk's Doge. Another defining trait? Its trail of destruction. With sensitive government data compromised, life-saving humanitarian aid now paused, and thousands of federal jobs on the line. Since the chaos erupted, at least one Democrat ditched the Congressional Doge Caucus because of Musk's actions. And Democrats on the House Oversight Committee are now demanding transparency. Joining us now, Democratic Congressman O'Connor, who represents Silicon Valley in California. He's known Elon Musk for nearly 15 years. He served on the House Oversight Committee. Welcome, Congressman.
Congressman, thank you for being here. So, NBC News has reported that secrecy is becoming a defining trait of Elon Musk's Doge. More than 2 weeks after Donald Trump signed a 660-word executive order that established Doge's, confusion about it persists. 3 fellow employees said that the lack of transparency about Doge exists in their agency. Another current employee who has been handling Doge requests says Musk's team is zeroing in on data, is very focused on data. They want the data. Why do you think they want the data or the data?
Well, they want to unilaterally make decisions to payments that they think are wrong. And here's the thing, I was pretty reasonable about this. When Elon first was appointed to be the head of Doge, I said if he has ideas for cuts in the Pentagon budget, he should come to Congress. In fact, I took some criticism from my own party, as did Senator Warren and Senator Bernie Sanders. But what I said to him is, okay, if you actually have a spotlight of conspiracy, if you think that there is waste or fraud, then come to Congress and expose it. Don't do this in secrecy, and you don't get to make the decisions. It's Congress that gets to make the decisions. And that's where I think he's lost the plot and really has raised the alarm, not just with Democrats, but a lot of independents.
Okay, just a little bit more. Just have this little piece over here, and I'm done for now. Look at that. Look at the difference. Look at the difference from my blow dry to my flat iron. Another lamp check. Let me turn this way. I know y'all see it. I know y'all see it.
It says that any of his employees should not have access to any of our sensitive information.
And just to be clear, in addition to using the power of Congress to subpoena, you personally messaged him and said, you should come, you should explain this. What was his response to you?
I don't know if I could say there was cuts on air, but it was not a polite one. You can, I knew that when I put that tweet up saying that he should be subpoenaed, that it would get a reaction. And what he says is, well, I'm on this mission to cut the deficit. I'm going to expose the fraud. I didn't come here to give a report to Congress. But the reality is that Congress is the agency under Article 1 of the Constitution that gets to decide spending. And if he's that confident that he has fraud, waste, and abuse, then why not come to Congress and expose it to the American public?
Because it's all a lie. That's why he doesn't want to come, and that's why he doesn't want to spend the time, and that's why he's responding to you the way he did.
he should be subpoenaed. He should have it brought up to the hill here and explain to us what he's doing. I mean, this is the point. These folks are acting with impunity. They're acting uber executive, right? And so the question that
I'll be doing this
have in
wrong.
all of this is where is the fight here? Where is the sense of this is our domain? You're now treading on our domain, Elon Musk. You're in some made up agency. You don't even really exist. The thing you're doing is not real. Get your behind up here to Capitol Hill and tell us what you're doing. That's what I think a lot of Americans out there want to see and hear. My question is, why aren't we? Why don't Democrats push the limits the way the Republicans are pushing the limits right now?
Well, we are going to have the fight. I'll answer that question, but I want to make 2 points about why this isn't the right approach if you actually cared about deficit spending. You wouldn't start with U.S. aid that's less than 0.2%, less than 0.1% of the entire federal budget. You wouldn't start with the CFPB, which is less than 0.01% of the federal budget. You would start with things like the Pentagon that are over 50% of the budget, and yet that's not been the approach. Now, look, the Democrats are going to fight. I grant that the first 2 months after we lost with Vice President Harris, we were a bit shell-shocked. There wasn't the same unity, but the time that these Treasury payments were freezed, the time that they stopped that portal on Medicaid funding, something snapped in the American public and with Democrats, and we've been unified ever since. Hakeem Jeffries is a fighter, and here's where we're going to make the fight. The debt ceiling and the funding government, they're going to need Democratic votes. Chip Roy is not going to go vote for the debt ceiling. And Hakeem Jeffries and the Democratic caucus are going to be unified, not a single vote unless every dollar of Congress's appropriation and authorization is spent. And we have very much clarity that nothing is going to happen without the congressional branch, and we're going to win that fight.
You know, this point about needing Democratic votes for the budget fight and the funding fight, absolutely. But I've heard many of these caveats from Democrats up and down the board. And right now, the administration is thumbing their nose at you all. They are ignoring the fact that you all have appropriated dollars already. And so, what assurances could you all possibly get that would make you feel comfortable to vote with Republicans to fund the government?
Well, right now, we've been saying by some of the judges' decisions who have put a pause on any effort to cut funding. But you're absolutely right that we can't just take the president's word for it on some ironclad agreement that they're going to spend it. One of the ideas is that there should be automatic trigger cuts if the president doesn't go along with it to Republican priorities. So there are ways that we can get that agreement, but people should know that the Congress has tremendous power. They're going to need the Democrats' votes on the debt ceiling. They're going to need the Democrats' votes on keeping government open. In the caucus meetings, there is a fierce resolve to make sure that we stand up for Congress's authority to appropriate money and for that to be spent. And it's a shame. It's a shame that we can't get three other Republicans to stand up for Congress's Article 1 priority. That we have to rely on appointed judges and George Bush appointed judges to do that, and you can't get three Republicans to go along and do that.
So, Congressman, I don't know if you watch our show, but one of Michael Steele's favorite questions asked over and over again is, where is J.D. Vance? He's still the Vice President of the United States, and you found out this week where he is. He is apparently on X. Just to give our viewers a little bit of context, you had a Doge staffer who resigned over a racist text. He has since been rehired. You and J.D. Vance sort of went back and forth on this because a lot of the racism is directed at the Indian community. I just want to cut through the noise here. What is the message from an administration that looks the other way on something like this?
There's a 25-year-old who works at Doge. He had put out on social media that we should normalize Indian hate, that we should repeal the 1964 Civil Rights Act, that we should eradicate all of Palestine, and many other offensive things. J.D. Vance said, well, let's rehire him. All I said all I ask is, before you're gonna rehire someone who's 25 who has these social media posts, how about making sure that he retracts those statements and apologizes? And for whatever reason, Vance got triggered, he said this congressman's whiny, this congressman disgusts me, but I don't think it is whiny or disgusting to say that someone who doesn't believe in the Civil Rights Act, someone who believes that we should normalize Indian hate, before they represent you in the federal government, before they work for your administration, that you would want to ask that they publicly retract those statements and apologize. I wasn't even saying that you should be given a second chance. And I still don't have an answer from the administration about whether they're gonna do that. They're gonna rehire him, but is he gonna retract those statements?
I mean, I have a question. Do you think that,
Just how thin my hair is.
Supports white supremacist ideology?
I have no idea what is in his heart. All I know is what his actions are. And his actions are that you have someone who has put out statements of white supremacy. I think if you're saying normalize Indian hate, and if you're saying the Civil Rights Act, and if you're saying eliminate Palestine, those are by definition white supremacist statements. And now you're saying rehire him, and you're basically saying that you don't have to retract those statements. I mean, this is not about someone getting a second chance. Yes, we all make mistakes in our youth. Yes, I don't think someone if they're in their 20s either put out racist statements or stupid jokes should never be rehired. But we're talking about working for an administration, and you put these statements out just a few months ago, and you're not willing to say retract them. You're not willing to say apologize to them. That is offensive to the country. It's not just offensive to Indian Americans. It's where is the accountability? You don't need someone too far in describing everything as woke. I mean, talking about basic respect for other individuals, if that's woke, then call me woke. But, are you going to call Dr. King woke because he stood up for civil rights? Are you going to say that people who preach against hate are woke? I mean, it's gone too far. And those of us who believe in treating people with equality and dignity need to stand up for that and not buy into the Republican frame.
Congressman Rohan, thank you so
Thank you.
much for being with us.
Hi, we're visible. If you can
Oh, you
my
can do
wireless
this,
plans
but-
without hidden fees and surprise charges for just $45 a month, Visible is for you. That's one line for one flat rate. Taxes and fees.
All right, I'm done.
5G.
I gotta go. I got errands to do before I go get my daughter. All right, y'all have a good day.
A clear choice of wireless for just $25 a month. You can pay. Your wireless should be visible.